Right now, in a room you'll never see, 5 of the world's most powerful nations are doing something that could make every dollar in your wallet worth less tomorrow. And nobody's talking about it. Not your bank, not the news, not your financial advisor. Because if people understood what's actually happening, they'd panic. And panic is expensive. So here's what they not telling you. The dollar's 80-year reign as the world's king is ending. Not crashing, ending. And the replacement is already being built. This is Financial Hero where we show you the economics they don't want you to see. Let me take you back to 1974. America just got humiliated. The oil crisis just happened. OPEC turned off the taps. Gas lines wrapped around city blocks. Grocery stores ran out of food. The entire economy nearly collapsed because of one thing: oil. So President Nixon did something desperate. He flew to Saudi Arabia and made a deal so secret, so important, that it shaped the next 50 years of world power. The deal was simple. You only sell oil in dollars. We protect you militarily. You get rich, we stay on top. It was a handshake that changed history. Because suddenly, every country that wanted oil had to buy dollars first. Every oil transaction on Earth required American currency. Oil flowed. Dollars flowed back. America printed money endlessly because the world had to use it. This is the petrodollar system. And for 50 years, it worked perfectly. America could run massive deficits, print trillions in debt, spend money it didn't have. And nobody could stop them because the entire global economy ran on dollars. If you wanted to heat your house in Germany, dollars. If you wanted electricity in Japan, dollars. If you wanted fuel in India, dollars. America essentially got a free pass to print money forever. But here's what happened. In 2024, something broke the agreement. Saudi Arabia, the same country that agreed to this 50 years ago, quietly started selling oil in Chinese yuan, then in euros, then in Indian rupees. Not all their oil, just some. But that sum was a message. We don't need you anymore. And once one domino falls, the rest are already tipping. Now, the question everyone's asking is, what replaces the dollar? And the answer is scarier than you think. Because it's not just another currency. It's a completely different system. BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are building something called the BRICS digital currency. Sounds boring, right? It's not. Because this currency won't work like the dollar. The dollar's value is based on belief. Trust. The promise that America will always be powerful. That's it. Nothing backs it. No gold. No real asset. Just the world's agreement that it's worth something. But what happens when people stop agreeing? The new BRICS currency is different. Its value is backed by something physical. Gold. Every unit of this new currency is tied directly to real gold in vaults. You can't print it infinitely. You can't fake it. It exists, or it doesn't. And here's where it gets interesting. When people realized they could choose between a currency based on promises, a currency based on actual gold, what do you think they're choosing? Investors don't bet on promises. They bet on things they can hold. So countries are already buying gold like crazy. China bought more gold last year than any country in history. India is accumulating it. Russia's converting dollars into gold vaults. They're not stupid. They're reading the map. Now here's the uncomfortable truth that keeps Fed officials awake at night. America is broke. Not struggling, not in debt. Genuinely broke. The US national debt is $34 trillion. Let me put that in perspective. If you spent $1 million every single day since Jesus was born, you still wouldn't have spent $34 trillion. America generates about $4 trillion in tax revenue per year. That means it would take 8.5 years of literally all government revenue on a single dollar spent on the military, schools, roads, or anything, just to pay the interest on the debt. And they're not doing that. Instead, America is borrowing more money to pay interest on old money. This works, as long as the world keeps lending. But what happens when they stop? When the dollar stops being the global currency, all that money comes home. Imagine you're a bank in Japan. You're holding $1 trillion in US dollars because you have to be, because global trade requires it. But one day, you don't have to anymore. What do? You sell it. And when $20 trillion of dollars that were overseas suddenly flood back into America, the currency collapses. Inflation explodes. Savings evaporate. Prices triple overnight. This isn't speculation. This happened to Britain in the 1950s when the pound lost global reserve currency status. Within 20 years, their currency was worth a fraction of what it was. America is about to experience the same thing. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this is huge, but how does it affect me? 3 ways. First, your savings get quietly stolen. When inflation hits not 3%, like now, the government doesn't confiscate your money. It just makes your money worthless. Second, your investments get reshuffled. Right now, people own dollars because they have to. Bonds, stocks, retirement accounts, they're all denominated in dollars. When the world stops needing dollars, those investments lose their foundation. The stock market doesn't collapse overnight. It adjusts. And people who don't understand why it's adjusting panic and sell at the bottom. Meanwhile, people who own gold, real estate, and assets in countries with strong currencies, they're fine. They're better than fine. They're protected. Third, geopolitical power shifts. America's military power is funded by petrodollars. When that revenue stream ends, military spending gets cut. Not because politicians want to, but because there's no money. Meanwhile, nations sitting on gold reserves, Russia, China, India, their currencies get stronger. Their influence expands. The world order flips. And here's what nobody wants to admit. This isn't coming. It's already here. You're not watching a prediction. You're watching it happen in real time. China is buying gold. India is converting dollars to rupees. Saudi Arabia is selling oil in yuan. The petrodollar system isn't dying. It's dead. The world is just still using the corpse because the alternative is chaos. But that changes faster than you think. So what do? You can't stop it. No individual can. But you can understand it. And understanding is the difference between being a victim of history and being prepared for it. People who understand how money works don't panic when systems change. They adapt. They thrive. That's why we do this at Financial Hero. We don't just tell you what's happening. We show you why it matters and what you can do about it. Because the truth is, everything is economics, wars, politics, power, your paycheck, your future. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if you want to understand the real world, not the headlines, not the spin, subscribe to Financial Hero. We'll show you where to look.